I've recently made a discovery that you can hear my AC in the back. So I will actually suffer this time in the extreme heat that is this country, okay? If I'm not mistaken, at some point I actually read that this country that I live in was like the hottest place on the planet for some time there. Not cool, I'll let you know that, but other than that, hello, how are you? It's that time of the month, the first Monday of the month, which means it's sketchbook time. Last video, I told you all a lot of things. It has been a while since I recorded that, so I honestly can't really remember what I said at that point, but this series of my old sketchbooks contains a lot of sensitive content. If there is sensitive content there, a warning will show up in the beginning. I have a tendency to deal with my own issues in a humorous way. If that is not how you want to deal with these types of topics, then this video is definitely not for you. I'll let that very clear. I'll say that already, just so that it's out of the way. But today we will be exploring, as you know, I have this whole sketchbook series. At this point, we're at sketchbook 30, and inside of my own sketchbook series, I separate each one into their own mini series as well. So there are the arcs, the eras, however you want to say it. I'm not Taylor Swift, but there might be eras, okay? So today we will be exploring sketchbook 3 and another sketchbook that is actually outside of the sketchbook series for some reason, but you will understand. The last video showed you the black and silver era of my illustrations, and today we will be going on to sketchbook 3 and the other one, which is its own thing, and you'll get it, okay? I don't think I will show you sketchbook 4 because last time the video just turned out so long that it was hard, okay, to edit that. So I don't. It's also too much angel kill for you to see. So we'll see, okay? We'll see, because sketchbook 3 is a shortish one. But let's just get into it, okay? That's too much talking for you to see my hands here, my veiny hands. First, I will actually start with the other sketchbook, which is this. This is called A New Beginning, okay? It's in Portuguese, which was the name of the story of Tigra Harper and Mew Violet of last episode of the sketchbook series. I don't know if there will be... I think it shows. I think everything is in frame, pretty much. So why is this the way it is? This was for a school project. We had to decorate one of the books that the government gave us, and I did this, and it looks ugly, but it's a good book, so I was like, I might as well use it for something. So I decided that this would be where I would draw the outline or the line work of my comic at the time of A New Beginning. Oh my god, there will be so... Okay, time to use my brain for translation, so... the principal told a student to present me this high school. A new school, a new beginning. And it's Tigra looking up and people walking behind. Look at those feet. I hope that it's in frame. I hope you can see that. Then here is people fighting, right? And Tigra here. All because my mom and my aunt entered a conflict, and then Tigra looks back. Oh shit! Gets scared. There's so many students running in my direction to get into the high school. Oh! And then Tigra runs and gets run over. Guys, peak content right here. Tell me you wouldn't read this comic. Oh great, I drew on both sides. My idea was filling this whole thick ass thing with the comic. And then here is... Oh, this isn't Mew. This is my cousin's character, which was named Angel and Whitey or something like that. Why did the principal tell me to present this high school to this new student? Then she opens her eye and sees Tigra, and Tigra's like, I'm sorry for getting here late. I got run over by a bunch of students at the school's entrance. And it's Tiger here looking, and then they just say, okay. The And then I was like, doing this in my normal art style is too much effort. If I do it in my chibi art style, it'll be easier. So here is the same thing. Almost. The conflict is, instead of them fighting here, I decided to change it to eyes instead. And it's in my chibi style at the time. And then here's the continuation. I imagine that you're the new student, so I'll show you like the school. Okay, and then she's like, oh no, I'm getting kidnapped. Oh! No, that's not how it works. And then she's like, oh, my name is Tiger Harper, but you can call me... This is basically an abbreviation of like Little Tiger, but it doesn't work in English. It only works in Portuguese, really. And then I was like, this is stupid, which it is. For what I was attempting to do. If it was just like a sweet little story of like two high school people like getting along and like having friendship issues and whatnot, if this was supposed to be a normal story, this is fine. This is cute, right? It gives really that vibe of nostalgia, but that is not what I was aiming for. So I reworked it. And this time I was like going a completely different way. I was going like full on liminal. So use your brain here, okay? Use our brain. You don't have, what is it? It's not synesthesia, it's the one where you can't imagine things. It's not apathy. Anesthesia, no, that's a type of negative song, along with an anesthetic. Aphantasia. You don't have aphantasia, not in this moment. If you do, I'm sorry, you're losing in life. What else can I say? But imagine that this is like an entire like black space and this road is just like slightly more grayish. So it's like Tiger wakes up in this black void. I actually still think that this drawing is very cute. There are like a lot of things anatomically wrong with it, obviously. I did not learn anything anatomy-wise at this point. This was like the beginning of 2020 or the end of 2019, I'm unsure. But it's around the time that I like had the tiny sketchbook number 2 that I was doing simultaneously this with. So like her shoes are off and she abandons her shoes. She gets up, walks around, looks, and then she like looks. This would be a walking sequence. She sees like then this huge portal, which would be like of this god that her cult like worship and whatnot. So she decides to walk up towards this because she doesn't have anywhere else to go, even though there's clearly a second way here. There's someone behind her. She's walking and someone grabs her by her hair. She looks behind and it's this thing, this little creature right here, which then Timer looks around and is like, oh, what the fuck? And she's like, hi, yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo. And they both stare at each other. If I am not mistaken, at this point, this character was supposed to be a type of creature. If I'm not mistaken, I honestly can't remember this that much. And then Tiger sighs and she just pulls her and shows, like, there, you see there, that thing. Then she's like, God, okay, listen to me, God. Tiger's like, I don't fucking care. And she just has her tongue out. And a lot of times, when I remember the whole Tiger story, I think of this frame specifically, where this creature just stares at her with her tongue out. I don't know why it's so stupid, but I just remember that. I like how this character has just an eye here, like with huge like lashes. The creatures themselves are supposed to have like these big lashes. That's why a lot of times when I draw 178, she has like these huge lashes, right? So then she walks up these stairs, which have like this fire thing, and then the eyes start crying, and then she appears on top there, looks around, looks up and sees the portal fire. And then I actually have the script at the time of it, but it's in Portuguese and I really don't want to translate more. Okay, that's enough as it is. This is a new beginning. So now let's go to Sketchbook 3, which is the continuation of the usual Sketchbook series. This is just a slight deviation. I decided to show it because it's here, right? We can move. Look at my furry. Just be happy or something. I do remember that later on, in 2021 I think, or was it late 2020? I actually gave Tiger a redesign and made her like full-on furry. Because at the time, I had watched Beastars. I had watched Beastars like at the end of 2019. Crazy anime to watch. The ending of that first season, my parents walked straight into like the room I was watching it in, and they watched it with me, and my father was not happy. Let's just say that. I gave her a furry design, and that was the last time that I drew her, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I should redesign a lot of these characters that I just simply abandoned. But yeah. Actual series time. Sketchbook number 3. And this is... I'm sorry, sketchbook number 3. This is something that we have to talk about, okay? It's me making my own sketchbook. You know how I book bind my books, right? When I was younger, I was just sitting at a chair with a bunch of paper, and I decided to just glue them together, like I folded and glued them together because I didn't know how book binding worked. And never did I think, oh, maybe I should like go and investigate it. No, I just decided to assume things. So this is actually a sketchbook that I book binded. I glued it together and like put it in here and called it a sketchbook. At the time, these were glued together, but like with time, it obviously didn't, survive that well. But it works, and it worked at the time, so I guess that's what matters. So sketchbook 3. The 3, I was at this point trying like to make cool like designs, and I was like really into the eye thing. And a lot of the times I like made this writing in this very sort of children's book cartoonish style that has like eyes all over it, and so like it has like a sort of eerie, like creepy little touch to it. I abandoned that. I think it's quite distasteful nowadays. I think it's ugly, but at the time I liked it, so that's what mattered. First page. Look at that. So this started on January 28th of 2020 and ended on February 23rd of 2020. I remember that in 2020 I drew a lot, okay? I drew like 10 sketchbooks or so in 1 year alone. It's insane. So here I was going to like make the first page, and I gave up, and that was fine. So I made a little concept for a drawing that I was supposed to make at this point. Okay, so here we have an issue, okay? I'm even scratching my neck, and I'm scratching myself just thinking about it. I'm itching myself just because I opened the first page and I already have things to say about this. I really fucked up the anatomy, okay? Up until like, if you saw my folder series, the first like 2, the second episode more so than the first one, I drew in an anime style, the usual like anime style, just like I probably do nowadays, with like a little bit of my touch, but like anime usual one, And I drew the anatomy very stiffly, but it at least looked believable. You could identify things easily, and here I cartoonified things a lot without understanding anatomy. So it all looks very, very wrong. And I really just shrunk the characters, and I don't know why. It looked cute when I did it right, sure. There are certain drawings that still look really cute nowadays, that I at least think so. But it really did not go well for me. So, here I gave up. Also, here's Pekluva. Here was me writing down Pekluva. I'm pretty sure that I came up with the name Pekluva in 2019 or 2018. I just wrote it down here. I don't know why. So then we have this. Oh, look, guys. So first off, this I think is Gumi. The Vocaloid or Macapoid. I honestly don't understand Gumi. I love the voice. I've always loved Gumi more than anything else in that like category of Vocaloid systems, like the voices, Then I drew like Celine at this point. Honestly, this little drawing right here, it looks really cute for what it is. Despite like being very shrunken and whatnot, it's very cartoony, but it is drawn in a way that seems sort of right. Maybe the neck I would have changed it at this point to like be a little bit thinner and, you know, just exaggerate it a little bit more. But otherwise, I really, really like this look. Plus, these little scrunched up seams, folds, no, seams is the thing where it's a fold. These folds here, those are very nice, and they really help with the illusion of this being a 3D thing. It works in this case. A lot of times it really did not. Here's another attempt at something. Did not go well. I have a candle here for some reason. Head, insanity, just hitting me. Selena being a little bit crazy. Here I was going to like do like these little ballerina childhood boxes things, but I think that I was going to use she and another dead character, Fun-chan, which was going to be she's ex-girlfriend. Here was the name of their story at the time, which was Polka Dots and Stripes, but I don't know why, for some reason, instead of polka dots, I just went for poke dots. Maybe I just was playing Pokemon too much, who knows. Then, here we have more insanity in this drawing. Okay, so I used to try out like doing digital drawings back in 2019, but it never really fully worked out. And when it did fully work out, it was too hard for me. I did it on my phone at the time, which was extremely old, even at the time. Like at the time, it was like 7 years old or something like that. It was like one of the first notes. I think it was the Galaxy Note 3 that I used. Because it had like the S Pen and whatnot, and it was just very hard, okay? I didn't have that fun of a time, but then I tried it with this, and I had watched like a bunch of artists, like speed paints and time lapses, and just studied the way that they use like layer modes and whatnot. Found out about the multiply layer, very good, that was very nice. And so I did the drawing, and it turned out really nicely, and it was easy, so I was like, wow, I can do digital drawings now, that's cool. I can like explore this new area that will like give me more base to experiment with different more complex ideas and things and concepts and all of that sort of stuff. This hand though is wrong. That thumb should be on this side, okay? Let's see, if I were to draw this hand nowadays, it would be something. Also, the way that I remember that I like sort of I used to grab things like in between my fingers like this. Really weird things I was doing at the time, like that's stop. Be normal. So like you just have a carameled apple. Dude, I miss eating carameled apples. Ever since I've left school because I graduated. I've never eaten a carameled apple. Again, it's not like I leave my house to do that as well. So this was, another thing. This is also that character that I sort of brought back, kind of. So this character, what was her name? But she was at first going to be the love interest of Thing, which is the president. They were like going to have a thing and whatnot, like her dog ran away. I actually had written the whole story of it. A bit traumatizing now that I think about it. And I made a friend at the time read it to you, and she liked it because I'm funny. At least she thought so. I can't really speak for myself, right? I don't know, you tell me. And I don't know. Now that I think about it, it's just, why? But it was basically like her dog ran away, and he used to live like in this forest, which he still does. Me and my forest at the border of the city stuff. She ran in there trying to save her dog, and like Thing was this big shadow thing at the time, and then they got on like a thing, and her got a thing, you know. Look, it got a very Wattpad AO3 quotev at the end there, and oh, here's the thing, right? The concept drawing here. Here is like the full illustration, the line work of it. Did I actually color it in though? I don't think I ever colored it in. This I actually did a drawing of. And Lucia, that character. This Lucia was the character that I used like all of the Faber-Castell 60 colored pencils in like the video of my folder series. Which one? Probably the first video. Then like I was really into like the big flowy dresses at this point. And you see how everything is just very scrunched? No. Also, 178 without a mask at this point in time. Because at this point, 178 always wore this mask. I actually own this mask. I saw these types of masks in a video. This one, and I have another one that's actually in a little, like, thing there, a drawer. But I won't get it. It makes a lot of sound. I don't want to make that right now. But I, like, bought 2 of these masks after watching a video by Hextion. You know, the doll artist. And he was, like, somewhere, I don't know, like, convention of some sort, I think. This was, like, years ago, okay? Years ago. It might have been 2018, 2019. I don't even know. And so, like, he showed these masks. And I thought that they were so cool. I just really liked them. I never actually thought of, like, putting a mask with, like, a little cute little drawing on your face to, like, take pictures and whatnot. So 178 at this point used this mask because I bought it. I bought 2 of them. So, like, I gave one to 178 and another one to Selena, and I think she had also one. And that one character that I don't even know what character it is from the last video also had one. Each one with different expressions, but like this one I have, and I think the one that Selena wore I also have, which is the one that I take pictures with from time to time, very rarely. So this little drawing showing her face, very rare occasion, at least online. I did not show her face online. I don't think that even nowadays I show it. This might be the first time that you see, like, the idea of her face back then nowadays, because I always left that as a mystery. But yeah, very nice with little butterflies. Follow me along. I don't know what these balls are. Ignore this for a second. Here is that character. I think her name was Sarah. I remember. Her name was Sarah. I reworked her character to be now Cave's girlfriend, and now her name is Mary because it's the most basic name ever, and I want her to be the most basic character ever. She's sweet, but she doesn't matter. This, just flowers. More butterfly stuff. Okay, so here is Sarah, and what thing was supposed to be at the time, like the Mr. President, like this shadow thing. I was still, like, trying to sort of, like, get the celestial beings right and whatnot. Complicated thing. Funny I say that with him right now. So funny. Selena, Goopy. This I think I actually digitalized. I'm pretty sure I did. I should redraw that at some point. Who knows? I think this was, just by that look, I think that this was supposed to be Jellish at the time, because if you didn't know, Jellish, or baby golden retriever boy, used to be a bad boy. Oh, very funny. I drew them together, Jellish and Jellish. And then someone riding a horse, but I didn't understand how horses and, like, a person together, like, work, so I couldn't stylize it, so it doesn't look good. This character? I think that this was someone's character that I drew, and then I drew this. This might be someone's character as well. I don't know. Then this is no one's character, I think. This I actually digitalized. No harassment. Yeah, I agree. I think that I actually digitalized this too, but I never published it anywhere. And then we have Cherry U at the time, which was Cherry Pop. This is Josie Mary, or a girl. Did I ever talk about her? I think so. She is the girlfriend of Iron, who is the brother of Henry. What a complicated thing. He's the red-haired angel. And this is his red-haired. Holy shit! I hope you didn't hear that. Basically, something shook the entire planet just now. It wasn't an earthquake. We don't have those here. This is his red-haired girlfriend. And I don't know. It's cute. I guess he has a Chevy beside her, or a Corvette. I don't know what car this is. It might be a Corvette. Then we have Thing, me trying to draw him. Oh my god, he was so ugly. Also, at this point in my life, I used to, instead of drawing the, like, sides of faces, you know, with a nose, I used to draw them noseless. Because I thought that trying to figure out the noses was just too hard. So I didn't. Josie Mary. Here I did the cover for Sketchbook 3, trying to figure out what this logo looked like. And this is scary. Here we have Zelina. Zelina's cool. This one is done with Stabilo pens. I actually like using Stabilo pens, like that to color in stuff from time to time. This is colored pencils. So here we have Selena. I find it cute that like she has her shoulders sort of doing this. I think it's cute. I love that 178 just had her tongue out all the time. I mean, that's just so cute. It's like the other creature that just randomly showed her tongue. Then we have She Ruby, Selena, creature 178. I love that like these have like long names. She has a last name, Selena. If you didn't know, it's Selena Sorrow or Selena Goldie Sorrow. Cherry Pop or Cerise at this point. Her name nowadays, Cherry U. She was 18? Her real name is Cerise, but a lot of people call her Cherry Pop. She appears or represents someone's dreams. Maybe she isn't who you think she is. Who knows? I know that this is stupid. This is also done with Stabilo pens. Honestly, painting Cherry U's hair with Stabilo pens is really fun. Okay, recommended. Then we have Sarah. See, I told you, her name was Sarah. Age 24. Sarah is a casual girl trying to find love and fit in with her friends. Loves her 2 dogs and is currently trying to get a job. Damn, Sarah. Get a fucking job, girl. Okay, so then we have Jack Hoon, which in the last episode I told you all that Jack Hoon is the movie nowadays. Had a lot of trouble with him. I explained that last episode. I won't explain that again. He still had his, like, bicolored eyes, I guess. Heterochromia and whatnot. Age 32. Old guy. Jack grew up ignoring his creature side and tried to live a normal life. He is trying to figure out now how being a creature is. I didn't know he actually knew that he was a creature. I thought my memories just told me that he didn't know, so I guess he knew. He just ignored it. He tried not to. Then here we have Jealous at the time, which I covered up because he had a different name, and I don't want him to have... I don't want this name to be out in the open because it's going to get extremely confusing, which already things are confusing as is with the whole story thing. So this was Jealous. Age 22. Damn, boy was young at the time. He isn't 22 nowadays. Description: a total asshole with a sweet personality. No one knows what goes on in his head. Look, nowadays it's like just a sweet guy with a sweet personality, and no one knows what's going on in his head because nothing is going on in his head. Here I was trying to use perspective again, except that perspective is not done this way with a cube. You don't do this. Then we have... I like this drawing. It's cute, like just... I think I do draw like more T-pose later on. It's just a fun thing to do, and like a bunch of random things that weren't turning out. Yumogasai. I honestly think about sometimes rewatching the anime. Guys, the opening for this anime is so fucking good. The band that sings that song, I listen to like other songs from theirs. So good. I recommend it so badly. And then Selena, but she looks ultra creepy with these eyes. Just the way that I used to like really darken it from time to time. It's just very, 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 very creepy. Yes, I still know how to draw in this art style. Then we have Lucia Fernandez, which was that character that I drew with like the 60 colored pencils. Our favorite Castello. Random girl. Cherry U, which I actually digitalized as well. 178, which I digitalized as well. She, which I digitalized as well. This, I don't know what this is. Then we have, that one girl that was part of the Tiger story, but different now for some reason. Then Selena trying to reach for a butterfly, and it's like so symbolic and deep. This is the concept of this. This is the concept of that. I never actually did anything with this one. This I digitalized, and actually I think that this was my tribute drawing for when Keane passed away back in February of 2020. I hope that she is resting in peace still. Still always will be like one of the biggest inspirations ever to me and many other artists as well. And I'm honestly glad that people still find out about her work nowadays and still like can find solace in it and actually like take it in and study it, and just I'm glad like she has that legacy. Then we have this girl, random girl, bunch of drawings. I might have digitalized this. Tigra digitalized this one as well. This one, have no idea. Digitalize this. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. I don't know. This one I never even finished. A bunch of like sort of finished line art drawings here. This was at 1 a.m. 10 February of 2020. Yeah, here's where 8th of February. This is when Kini passed away. You can, you know, at 10 you can start seeing like my mind space wasn't exactly the best. This is this fucking this. Look, I had a beginning concept of left hand, and like she was going to like be sort of possessive demon or something. I don't even know. And let's not, okay? But I really liked the way the hair and the clothes flowed at this point. This makes no sense. And then this was actually part of a draw this in your style from an artist. I don't remember, honestly. I'm so sorry. But I did digitalize this one and it turned out cutish. I remember that at this point I like really focused on studying lighting and the way like light hit and like did things on the face, body and whatnot. But I never actually focused on the background, so all of my backgrounds were this black void, and it was like weird. I don't know. Then this was T-posing, I think. Me T-posing, yeah. Or something along those lines. I don't want to draw more on this page. It's time to start a new page and move on, sadly. Oh, at 10:02 in the morning. So I decided to change my life at that point, I guess. So here we have a sad and 78, me trying to perspective, still using the fucking cubes. Don't! This concept right here with the jellyfishes, I actually decided to draw with 178. Yeah, here, you can see it. Here, I don't even know what I was doing here. This one I digitalized, this one's an earlier version of that. And here I was studying outfits. Because at this point, like, my outfits were very plain and still are nowadays, but they work. I guess it was something. Me trying to map out the face structure of my drawings, which at this point I slowly realized, maybe it doesn't work, but I decided to stick with it anyways because I'm stupid. I did digitalize this one. Selena digitalized this one. I honestly miss drawing Selena with a bunch of butterflies. Me trying to learn flowers. This is Mr. President, or also known as, aka thing. 178? But more 178? I don't know. This was like the possession thing. I don't know what's going on with that. Serum thing? Look, he turned around. Oh my god. Painting thing. People were like redrawing this one Kini illustration as a tribute, and I was like going to participate, but I just couldn't pull through with that. Drawing of Sarah. Digitalized it. Selena had like this weird weapon that I was trying to design. It changes later. Nowadays it's just like a little bell. She's sort of like a shepherd person thing. Dresses, Selena digitalized this one. This was for a draw this in your style. I don't remember the artist's name as well, but they used really interesting saturations and colors. I really like that. I did draw this and digitalized it, but I hate that drawing, so I won't even insert it here. This was supposed to be what? I have no idea. See, here is Selena wearing that mask she wears. I digitalized this. This one I have no idea what it's. What is happening? The third kid? I don't know what that means. Digitalize this. This is Alice Jack, the creepypasta. Guys, okay, so if you're new here, okay, for some reason you decided to start this video and you saw that it's a series, and you just decided not to watch the first one. At this point in my life, I was still very obsessed with the creepypasta characters, and I had my own story, and I really liked my story, but I was completely obsessed with those characters, so I decided to replace certain characters of my story with other characters from the creepypastas, and I just decided to replace my own characters with creepypasta characters, and that gets very confusing later on, so... Here I was drawing the zodiac signs as cute little girls, so that's something. Never finished. This is the girl from... it's an anime. I remember this song. What the fuck is the name? I don't know, but she's extremely creepy and she's pretty much a pedophile, and she deserves what happens to her and worse. in the anime. We have an issue that I have to censor it. Basically, Selena went a little bit crazy, okay? And here's like doll faces. Here, they are wearing their masks again. This I drew like at 2 a.m. I randomly woke up and I was like really urgent to draw it, so I drew. Here it was me trying to draw city stuff, and I think that this is when the Tears of God began. The Tears of God were a drug that was like extremely deadly, but also extremely hallucinogenic, so people would just get extremely addicted to it. And like Carmen's story at the beginning was going to revolve that and trafficking. Nowadays, I completely removed that because I'm trying to only really talk about themes that I either understand or I know some stuff about it, and I think that I can give at least some decent representation of that. You know, I do that sort of stuff nowadays, so I removed that, and nowadays Carmen's story only focuses on the drugs themselves. I don't know if Tears of God is still a thing, I don't know really, maybe, who knows. Okay, so here we have the actual map of the St. Mosley city in Zelium. This is one side of the city, this is the second side of the city. And okay, so the city is divided by this huge river, right? At this point, it's very confusing, honestly, and like this is where I don't understand. I know that these balls were supposed to be like the forest. Okay, so here I reworked it, and I focused only on one side of the city, which made more sense, right? Also, why did I mix in both English and Portuguese? It doesn't make any sense. So basically, the city has like this huge river and like a bridge going by it. This still maintains itself. The river like sort of comes into here. It mostly like goes out and like has like a small stream going that way nowadays, but like kind of still the same thing. So here we have the CCP. Here we have like the middle of the city, which has like this park thing. I don't know what it's called. This is where Zachary lived, a huge cliff, which would have a mental hospital on top of it, because why not, right? This is where the Geometral High School was supposed to be, because Zachary has like a high school, because I don't know. The second cemetery, because people really die here. A park. I remember this park. This park was very important. A clock. Then Selena's brother's apartment. Liam's apartment. So Liam is Selena's adoptive father, and I guess he lived there. This is where Delish used to live in, this neighborhood here. The CCP, Rock's apartment, and Rock's parents' mansion. Rock is an important character. I need to draw that man at some point, even if I hate him. Oh, parking lot, hospital. This is where Zachary lived? Yeah, that's his mansion. What is still the same? I don't know. There's an aunt's house here. I don't know what aunt. I don't know who she is. I don't know what's going on. Oh, here! Ignore that. I was obsessed with big dresses. So here we have like 178 doll face. I don't know why the fuck I called it doll face. What is wrong with me? Yeah, Selena's mask, she's mask. Angel, that's what. So I guess they were that character that was hanging out with them, I don't know why. And that's sketchbook number 3. Now, we're pretty much done. I don't think that I can show more, honestly. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I will, in fact, give you a spoiler for the next one, because I can. We will start another series, a new era of these long sketchbooks, okay? My father at some point, like, he's a truck driver, so he like drives around a lot, and I really want paper that was white, because at this point I only really had paper that had the stripes because I used the government's books that they gave us, right? Other than this one sketchbook that I made for myself. So I really wanted like white paper, like artist, like one of those cool kids. So he got me like this huge stack of like 10 books that were these Barbie sketchbooks. So I was like, well, I don't really identify a lot with this Barbie stuff, I guess, but I can do with it. Like, I can, like, and it was like really cheap, thin paper, like very thin stuff, extremely like thin stuff, very low quality paper. Like, This paper is worse than printer paper, and I made it work anyways. And like the covers were very flimsy, so I couldn't like just paint on it, and it would like shrivel and whatnot. So I like glued a cardstock on it to make it thicker, and like painted over it and decorated it. So this is a Sketchbook 4. In this series, Sketchbook 4 is the only one written right. The other ones, I just started writing it all wrong. So like we have Skatebook, Sketchbook, Sketchbook, and stuff like that. Sketchbook, who knows? I know that Skatebook exists, that one's the 6th one. And even my mom remembers that one. So we start the era of these thin Barbie sketchbooks. Let's get a peek! No first page. I remember that this was a concept of a drawing that I finished, and then I was like, oh, like, let me draw on this thing. This wasn't Draw This in Your Style, this is a drawing of Josie Mary. She looks like she's on her period, but that was not supposed to be the case, but that's how it turned out, so that's okay. Then I realized that this paper is so thin that you can see through it if I draw on the other side. Not even that, you can just see through it the way it is. Then we have like Sarah crying over her dog, a fishing 178, I guess it makes sense with the sea thematics. Someone with the dog, I think that this is still the girl one like from the other universe and whatnot, some drawings. Barely drew on these pages, and you can see an outline back here that I won't show more of because I'd have to censor it, so. I think that with this, we actually start descending to an even worse era of Angel Kills Mental Health. We're getting so close. Like you already saw, right, with the darker themes that I drew, or, you know. I was not doing well. It only gets worse from here. At some point, things will start actually getting very intimate, where I actually start, like, talking with, like, the viewer? I don't know. Look, things get crazy, okay? But that will be for next time. I hope you have a nice day and or night and or if, maybe. And I hope to see you next time. Bye. Oh, things are falling off of me. That sounds very wrong. What the